Welcome to the daily wisdom of today. We are in the hospital again, and in this video, I'll be giving you the second lesson that I have after working as a healthcare assistant here in the hospital. As you saw, I'm giving you one lesson during each video. It's because I don't want to overfill your head with so much information. I want you to watch the video, understand it, and actually take action. I don't want you to just consume. And so let's move on to lesson number 2 of what I learned working here. I've done so many videos about the rat race and the 9 to 5 job. It may seem strange, everything that I say about the rat race, but everything that I say is the reality that I experienced. Most people around me in this job, they seem to actually dislike their job, and this causes them to actually dislike their lives. People here and all around, not just here, where you work as well, is probably like this. People just go to work for the money. They don't even care about the job. They just want the money and then they want to go home. That's it. Of course, most people, they have bills to pay, rent, they have to feed themselves, they have to feed their families, and so they come to work even though they don't like it. And I'm not saying this out of my own head, there has been so many people that I've spoken to about this, and they all tell me the same thing. And I've even written down some of the things that people say because I want to share it with you, okay? So I always like to ask people, specifically nurses, I always like to ask them, oh, so was it your dream to become a nurse? And all of them, I'm not even joking, all of the nurses that I've asked this question to, they all say, no, Michelle, this was never my dream. And that's crazy, Like, why are you still here? Why are you still doing nursing after 20 years? Maybe they thought it was gonna be a good idea at the start, but then they saw how life actually is like, and then they just changed their minds. Other things that people have told me that I never forgot about. I always ask people, so like, if you're so unhappy with your life, what are you still doing here? You don't need to settle for something that you hate for the rest of your life. And what people have told me when I said this, people have told me, Michelle, I have to do 16 12-hour shifts per month to live. If I don't do this, I cannot pay my rent, I cannot live, issues with money again. Someone said, Michelle, I've been here 9 years. It's difficult for me to quit now. I would love to find something else, but who's gonna pay my mortgage? And the person that told me this, he was such a lovely guy. He actually had great social skills. The people that I work with, they have amazing social skills. They are lovely to the patients, but their lives are miserable. They tell me after work, they go to the pub, and it's what I say about the coping mechanism. I used to cope by scrolling and by binge eating. These people cope by drinking and by smoking. And we all have coping mechanisms. After work, imagine you hate your life so much that after work you have to go to the pub and drink. You see patients with carrying oxygen tubes just because they smoke so much, yet you still smoke. You see this, you're in the healthcare field and you still do it. It's because clearly you're not happy with your life, you're struggling, and so that's why you're still doing it. People want to find a way out. People actually want us to be doing something else, but they just can't, because then they're not gonna have money to live. The last thing was that lady that I spoke to about. She said, I come to work every day, and every day I think about quitting, and that is just crazy. You think I joke when I talk about the rat race, but no, I'm 100% serious. Every time I believe everything that I say about it. All of those videos is the reality. I received a comment like this, and that lady, she made such a fair point. Healthcare field is a humble and noble fashion. She said something like this. And truly it is. Truly it is. I love speaking to my patients. I love getting to know their stories, getting to know what they've been through, everything. But the truth is, at least for me, I just feel worthless in this job. I'm a pool cleaner. The only things that I like is speaking to the patients, but the rest of the job is just, I don't know how people do it for more than like 5 years. It's not anyone's dream to actually do a job like this one, or do a job that's in the bottom of the ladder. There's no one else's dream to be a cleaner. I don't know. Introduce me to someone that their dream is to be a cleaner, and I want to get to know them. I don't think that it's many people's dreams to actually do a job like this, but like I always say, if you're unhappy, don't settle. And everything that I say, everything that I tell you, I actually apply in my life. And so you see this job, everybody, you see it's night shift. It's 1 a.m. right now. It's dark outside, and right now it's my last day for a while in this job. Okay, because everyone, I'm gonna be taking a long break from night shifts, from cleaning pool. I'm gonna go all in my business. I'm gonna go back to uni, and there I'm gonna grind in the business. I worked and I saved some money, and so I won't die of starvation or anything like that. And so if you actually are unhappy like I was, also save up some money, because you're probably doing your job just because of the money as well. Save up the money and then quit, and then go all in the job that you actually want to do. For me, it's business, and I'm so blessed to actually have this opportunity to not have to work anymore for now. Of course, I'm grateful, and I'm so happy that I'm actually gonna be able to sleep and wake up at the same time every day. That is the thing that I've been looking forward to. Sleep deprivation is the worst thing, and in a job like this, in a job that gives you night shifts, you actually learn to become so grateful for when you actually have the opportunity to sleep. You become so grateful when you arrive home and you see your bed. But be grateful for sleeping and waking up at the same time every day. If you have the opportunity to do that, don't take it for granted. Actually be grateful for it, and don't settle for your job. Start saving up some money, and then quit and go all in the business that you actually want to go in.